All right, I'm Dorthak. We're playing Factorio with the Industrial Revolution mod. If you are familiar with Factorio, you may have heard of this. If you're not familiar with this mod pack, it's kind of a doozy. So this is a couple of days worth of streaming a base, and that's how wide our bus is to get everything on it. It starts here, normal 4:2 transitions, and yeah, that's how wide it is, and that's how long it is. These are all individual things getting put on the bus. In fact, it has gotten so long and annoying that at the very end of the last stream, I decided to add a shuttle train line just to get around the bus more quickly. And that's one of the things we need to work on. Now, Industrial Revolution is... It's got an interesting alternate technology tree. It breaks everything up into ages. You start in kind of a Stone Age with just Stone Age tech. Then you work your way through Bronze Age, or I guess probably more Copper Age originally, then Bronze Age, Iron Age, which is where you finally get electricity. Everything before that is burners. And we just not too long ago hit Steel Age, which is, gets us into the red circuit range of things, power armor, that sort of thing. So kind of mid-game. The science specs are basically the same that so far that we're used to, but they unlock later, and they're very weird recipes. So what I had done the last time was set up this train with a little bit of a to use as a shuttle, because it was just taking so gosh darn long to get across the map. The only real train I have right now going is down here to bring coal from the right to the left, and I was originally going to bring all these as well, and that's really just not actually necessary because I think we're going to be using them mostly over here. There are biters. I'm playing this on a fairly benign setting. The biters are not expansionistic, and I'm also playing with very rich ore patches so that I don't have to constantly be expanding, because I really wanted to explore the mod pack more than than fight biters. You may notice that a lot of my facilities still have all sorts of coal inputs, because up until the Iron Age, everything was coal powered. Nope. And I am... Hello? That Stream Elements announcement is not particularly well formatted. Oh well, I'll fix that at some point. It's my first time using that. Actually inspired by you, Chris. I'd been meaning to set it up for ages, and then just saw it and said, hey, I need to do that. Okay, what else can we get rid of here? So I'm just clearing some space for this, for the train line. It's not super exciting, but you know, gotta get done. This did we get an announcement thingy? Did not fire. Interesting. Oh no, it did. Why did I not hear it? I have that on. I'm still quite new to the whole streaming thing, and still very much messing with my settings. I'd gotten them more or less right, and then of course decided to rebuild everything to be better, but you know, obviously with predictable consequences. This is what can we shove in here? And shove this in here. We can shove this in here. We can shove this into the outputs. There we go. It came through, but it was quiet. Yeah, I didn't hear it in my headphones at all, and I should have. Let me check that the settings for that are correct. They should have come through. Let's see. No, that's maxed out right now. Okay. I will mess with this off stream. Yep, that's what I commented about it being messed up, the formatting. That's exactly what I was talking about. So one of the kind of hallmarks of this pack, at least according to the author, is that something that happens quite frequently in Factorio is that your research gets way ahead of your crafting ability. That still happens to a degree, but one of the things that he was trying to accomplish in this particular mod pack is to not have that happen. So a lot of the science is gated behind the top tier like materials and components from the previous tier, which is fairly interesting. And I'm just going to run this the length of the bus and use it for transportation around here. The things that I absolutely love in this mod pack is the visuals. Right now you're seeing kind of the normal vanilla bots, but this mod has a very steampunk look to it. So before we had our regular bots, we had these clockwork, let me see if I can show you a picture of them. Clockwork punk bots, which are just like, you know, wind up little robots, and the noises that they make when you use them is all sounds like something winding up an old clock. And in general, you can see that a lot of the machines are very kind of steampunky. If Factorio is diesel punk, this is definitely more steampunk, at least the early stuff. You know, that's bronze furnace. That's the first electric assemblers. Before that, there were bronze copper assemblers that were burner assemblers. So very, very long burn phase. If you've played like AAI, which extends the burner phase, this is much more so. Alright, I think that's probably as far as we need to go on this line. Let's put some station here. And this could be shuttle refining. And we've got to name both sides that. There, nope. There we go. We can add that to here. And we probably want a train station around where the belts are being produced, way back here. That's been a huge part of this game so far, is running out of belts and having to run all the way to the beginning to get more belts. And then running back to the end of the bus. So, slip second, the story on this bus is interesting. Good night, Chris. Thank you so much for coming by and bringing folks over. So the story on this mod is interesting, Slip Second. It's where did I leave those markers? Without trying to editorialize my personal opinion on this, the author of it, Deadlock, was very licensed this mod under the Creative Commons non-commercial only usage, which is fair enough. It's a common license, and a lot of people use it. However, the way he interpreted it, and I can't even say that it's an unfair interpretation of the license, it's just not one that people used before. He interpreted it as anyone who's a commercial streamer or YouTuber, in other words, anyone who's monetized, was not allowed to use that mod. And, you know, which I guess is well within his rights. I mean, there's no guess about it. Some people took that badly. And he got, according to him, he got massively spammed by, not even so much by the YouTubers themselves, as by their members of their communities. Okay, you've heard the CCNC. Okay, great. If anyone hasn't heard it, I can summarize it. My understanding is he pulled it from the portal, or rather had the Woob pull it, which deleted it out completely and left the name of the mod available. Somebody else re-uploaded it under the same name, which allowed people to download it again. He was not thrilled with that, and apparently Woob decided that they didn't like that, so they got rid of that and brought it back to him, so it is now available. My understanding is it's now available again by him, but it's not being updated. He made noises at some point about updating once 1.0 came out stable. Yeah, it wasn't just the YouTube's commenters, but yeah, the same kind of thing. You know, he had to lock down all of his you know, social media, the Steam forums, the Woob forums, Reddit. People behaved badly, and you know, it is what it is. Okay, so that was a bit of a distraction to get the belts in place. What we did at the end of the last stream is get steel up. We are producing steel down here, and steel production in this mod pack is interesting. You have to take iron, you have to, well, first you have to take iron ingots. The efficient way to do iron ingots is to crush the iron and then smelt crushed iron ore rather than regular iron ore. It gives you a little bit better efficiency. Kind of like in Bob's and Angels, you get multiple ways to do stuff. And then you have to make coke, and coke comes from taking coal, crushing it, then crushing that again, which gives you coke and a tiny amount of diamonds. Did I filter out the diamonds? I meant to filter them out. Nope. In fact, there's a diamond right hanging out there. I'm not sure what the diamonds are for yet. I haven't bothered to look ahead, but that gets us steel. So if we bring up the crafting menu, you will see that there's a pattern to this. There's raw processing. You know, you make your ingots from whatever. Yeah, his loader mods and the belt box mods are great. I've used them in many other playthroughs. I'm not using it actually, I am using it here. Yeah, I have loaders and installed. I don't think I have belt boxes installed because I don't think I'm going to be using them here, but that's his loaders. Or maybe belt boxes are still locked. But so yeah, and as you said, they're not managed by him, and they're licensed under different license. So we produce the ingots. Then we have basic products, and they kind of follow a pattern. You know, copper plates, tin plates, bronze plates, iron plates, gold we haven't gotten to yet, steel plates, lead we haven't gotten to. Then reinforced plates, rods, beams, tubes, gears, some cables, some foil, rivets, bearings. So what I have done here is I've made the first tier of of the steel parts. Basically all the stuff that lives here under basic products. I have not yet touched the intermediary products, which are more complicated. Things like pistons, chassis, small and large, and then batteries, engines, whatever. Yep, belt boxes are the same mod. It might be. I don't use those as much. They're not showing up in here. I may not have them enabled, honestly. I do not recall. They might be they should be under logistics. Yeah, I may just not have it activated, or they may be disabled in this mod pack somehow. I couldn't tell you. So, the next big challenge is going to be red circuits. And of course, because nothing can be simple, you don't just have red circuits, you have 3 red circuits, just as we had 3 green circuits. You have the advanced circuit, you have the advanced controller, and the advanced computer. Each of which requires the previous one, and all of them require gold. So I think today's immediate stacking might be. Yeah, I think that may be the name of the tech in other... nope. No. But in other playthroughs, I think that may have been the tech name. So I think we're going to work on gold. And we saw some gold here. 15 million patch. And we saw some here, a much bigger patch. And I was trying to decide which one to go for. This has the convenience of being right off the rail line, but on the other hand, we probably would be refining it over here somewhere, because I don't see any reason to truck it all the way back and then have it come all the way forward. And this is right here. Now, I've been only building on one side of the bus. Yep. And that's, in fact, AI space exploration is where I've used the belt boxes before. So the only thing I've put north of the bus is science, and when I did, I said, well, the belt was up to about here. Let's put it way far away so we can't possibly reach it. Well, this is where our bus is now. But I'm still tempted to put gold refining right here and mine from this ore patch. So I think that's how we're going to proceed. Do I have miners on me? I have some, and that should be enough. Mining is quite efficient in this. It's for iron and such, we only needed... where was it? Here we go. We only needed 10 to 12 electric mining drills to fill a yellow belt. So that's pretty nice. So this is the factory planner mod. It's kind of like hell mod. I'm a big fan of this one. But let's take a look at gold just in case it's different, because I don't think I've run into things that were harder to mine in this mod pack yet, but that's a pretty common sort of thing to do. So if I want to get a solid belt of gold ingots, I'm going to, yep, I can do it from gold ore or from crushed gold ore, which gives me a 20%, like a 20% boost in productivity. And I can also do stuff with refined gold. I think I need to do washing for that, which I don't think I have yet. Right, and we will use electric furnaces. And we will use electric ore crushers. And we will use electric drills. Okay, so 10 will produce 12.5, which can get crushed and smelted. So let's aim for that. I have 24 electric mining drills, 22 furnaces, need more ore crushers. Let's go grab some. Now I do have a car, but far better than a car. Where are you going, Bot? Oh, sure. Is this thing, because it is just cool. It's a mono wheel. It may be my single favorite thing in this mod pack. that sounds awesome. I'm really looking forward to the new space exploration one. That probably, depending on how timings work out, I may well, that may be my next series either on Twitch or YouTube, because space exploration is without a doubt my absolute single favorite mod pack that I've played yet. So I'm really looking forward to the new one. Right, where did I put... I really should have labeled these. Why didn't I label them? Where did I put ore crushers? They're with electric assemblers, which should be right here. Yep, in this mess of a mini mall. Which is just further down. Yeah. I honestly, I need to go back at some point and finish my space exploration playthrough. I got, I think, 3 of these space sciences done, and honestly got kind of tired of constantly having to deal with data cards. They were the bane of my existence. What did I say I needed more? Ore crushers. So, you know, as you can see, there's definitely elements of AI and elements of Bob's that inspired some of these things, but it's definitely its own thing. And like I said, visually it is stunning. It is, and this thing, I love this thing. I just cannot get over it. All right, let's go mine some gold. Insert obligatory, there'll be gold in them, there hills joke here. Okay. So, mining in this, the miners have a huge footprint, and they're quite big. Oh, and we needed water. That's right, that's right, that's right. Gold mining requires water, and that was one reason to put it there. Pump in water, or how much water do I need? Let's see. Only 250. That's really not a whole lot. I could run a pipeline all the way back. I don't want to train water. That's that way lies madness. So either I still put it back here and then do my refining somewhere. Yeah, let's do that. I hate to do that, but that makes more sense. The only downsides to the mono wheel is it has a tiny little trunk, and it doesn't have weapons. So I have the car for my abortive attempt to go biter hunting, which, as usual, proved a bad idea because there's a reason I play Factorio type games and not first-person shooters. Is I'm terrible at reflexy stuff. So then I just went back to the usual turret creep. But so thus the gun on my car was not particularly critical. All right. Where am I going? I'm going here. All right, let's see. Train. You. Come pick me up. Give me a ride. I should really have stocked up on train parts, but that's okay. So that is, we're gonna go to right here. Good enough. You can be on your merry way. that's what I didn't bring, is I didn't bring a pump. That's okay. Alright, here's our gold. Let's tag it. And let's clean up a little bit around here. Alright, so we need a train station, which means we want to put it here somewhere. Yeah, we can use one. Which way do we want to orient it? Of course, my wood is... Probably should have cleaned out my inventory before getting headed out on this, but whatever. Alright, I think I want the train station to run to the right, so we're gonna need this one. And I'm using trains that are train blueprints that are chunk aligned because I like them. So we will go over here. We need a T. Where's the T that I created? Didn't I save that in a blueprint somewhere? This is maybe in here. No, or I failed to create it. That's also possible. That's okay. We can snag it from right here, because this is what I want. And let's put it right, yeah, right here is good. Oh, I need... That's because I still have that on. Oh, cliffs, and I finally have cliff explosives. Yay! That makes me so happy. You go away. What else is in the way? Oh, this right here. And this lamp. Oops. Slightly out of position. Everything needs to be shifted left by 1. There we go. Cliff booms, yes. And when I first discovered that the robots can blow them up for you, that made me very happy as well. Because, you know, there's nothing better than drones dropping bombs on the scenery. Don't need that one there. That looks good. Where's the... There should have been there. Nope, that's... Oh, I'm missing... Well, whatever. Deal with that later.